Steve, the fans were chanting, "We want Evans out" at the end of the game. How do you feel about that? And how do you feel about the performance today?
Well, everyone's got feelings, haven't they? So it's not a nice feeling. But they've watched an abject performance, haven't they? You know, we can't do any more than walk in the training ground during the week, talk them through the way that Crawley play under Scott. That's how they played against Bristol Rovers last week. It could have been a score like that last week against Bristol, but they didn't take their chances. So I thought we defended poorly. We had close people down the middle of the park, and when half chances, a couple of good chances came in the first half to send us on level and maybe lift the spirits a little bit to the group. We didn't even hit the target, so just apologise. But you know, fans don't want to hear apologies, do they? They want to see the performance to be right.
I think they feel let down by the players. Do you feel let down by the players?
Well, I'll always protect my players. I think you hear certain comments from supporters and certain chants. A lot of those players will get no credit in the bank at this football club. You need some credit in the bank. Maybe my credit will run out. I don't know. That doesn't lie with me. That lies with the chairman and the board. But they're not in the heart of it. The result, the performance, more than me. Supporters are hard, but not more than me.
It just feels as if this team, for whatever reason, they've shown it in flashes, haven't they, Steve? But they just don't seem to have delivered what Rotherham United fans expect from their players this year.
The facts are they've not played in a Rotherham United fashion for much of the season. And the games we have, Charlton, Bolton, Huddersfield, Reading, we've won the games comfortably. But it's also fair to say we can't be any more down to bare bones of what we are in terms of selection, in terms of options, and that creates an unhealthy situation for a team when a player can walk into a dressing room Monday to Friday and know he's going to be played on Saturday because the manager has no other options. But we won't make excuses. I offer my apologies, and I have to stand in front of my team, and the performance today was limp and way off it with the minimum standards we expected. So I've got no problem with the supporters unhappy with the performance and unhappy with me because I had it up.
Is there anything that, I suppose, immediately after a game, Steve, it might be difficult to answer this, but is there anything that you feel like I could have done that differently, or we could have done this differently today?
We thought we made the emphasis on that Crawley are very technical under Scott. They'll take more risks, but they've got real good technical players. You know, you see a lot of the games where they've lost by the odd goal. Scott brought that style of play into Crawley and developed it, and has gone back in there and immediately gone back to it. And that was a different Crawley from what's been there for a lot of the season, as results show. But the way they played against Bristol Rovers, how they've played, they've got freedom to play. They have no pressure in League One. They've got a freedom to play. Our players played today with a real heavyweight on their shoulders, you know, and the fans are never going to be inspiring players here when they put in performances like that. It has to be. We've also at times got to inspire the fans, and when you inspire them, there's no better supporters. I cannot criticise supporters for not being happy with what they're watching. I wouldn't be happy.
Is there just too many who don't care, Steve? I remember your teams when you were here before, your players had run through a brick wall for this football club. You just don't get the sense from this group that they're going to do that.
Yeah, listen, as I said to you guys yesterday, there'll be post-mortems. Whether I'm here, whether I'm not, there'll be post-mortems from above. There'll be post-mortems into individuals. And so there should be, you know, but I head it up. There'll be, you know, be nobody more self-critical or more analytical than I will be of myself, and Paul the same, and the staff. So we have to stand in front of you guys and give our thoughts, and others can drive home and pretend to hide. But there's no hiding place when you have a performance like that, because it's there for everyone to see. It'll be all around the country. It's the one result that everyone will look at in the Football League today and say, wow.
And you've pretty much admitted you don't know what will happen next. That's going to be up to the chairman. Do you fear that this could be it for you?
I'm never fearful of getting a sack, bro. I'm never fearful of getting a sack. What hot pride. Of course I was. I had some fantastic times at this football club. And if the decision is made to remove me from the football club, I'll be back in the future as a fan. That's just reality of me with the football club. So I'm not here to knock any decision that the board might come to. I want more time. Do I want an opportunity to take this car to the end of the season and then get the opportunity to put new wheels on it and a new engine and do what we need to do? Yes, absolutely. I've been in here a long time now, a year, so I know exactly what needs to be to be done. We didn't know what needed to be done when we come in. There was a far greater job to be done. So
how difficult is this job, Steve? Because you did come in, and your hope and your belief and your expectation was you were going to have success.
Number one, Rob, it's a fantastic job. It's a fantastic football club. I needed all facilities. Facilities are good. We've no problem with the training ground. The stadium is brilliant. We get millions of pounds invested by the chairman. If I'm the chairman sitting up here today, I'm saying I'm putting millions of pounds in. I can't be happy for the products that's coming back. I think the chairman maybe had an idea earlier in the season when, in all the discussions, that I wasn't happy with the product then for a long way. So, but there's decisions like elsewhere. I just have to say that I'll be back at work on Monday unless I'm told differently.
What is the chairman like after? Because you'll have been around the chairman a lot, won't you? What is he like after it?
He'll be down. Normally sad when we don't win, because he'll see effort and determination and commitment and passion. He'll be upset because he didn't see that today. I certainly didn't see it. I'll be surprised if he's seen something different. I don't think he did. Everything that my teams have been famous for 30 years in management were not deployed today. And I've been a manager for 30 years and had some poor defeats, some defeats that have been deserved, and my team ain't turned up and been at it. I think today was as low as it's been in 31 years.
I was going to ask whether that was as disappointed as you've been with the team, because you've had a lot of success, Steve. You have had success in your career, but at Crawley, there's 6 points adrift of safety, even with the win.
They'll stay up. They'll stay up. We're going to have to stay up. I'm telling you, they'll stay up. You watch some of those players. Some of them are excellent on the ball. The technicians are good. If you go in, you've got a young squad like that, you have to give them confidence and belief, don't you? You know, when I seen Scott go back there, I'd watched Crawley quite a bit home and away, and they were losing by the odd goal, and you know they were lacking a little bit of confidence. But managers get in, they've got confidence. Beating Bristol, they'll come here and win. There'll be a handful for any of them. So, but my issues and my worries are not Crawley Town. I've got a soft spot for them in my heart completely. I don't have it tonight. They've put a blade through my heart. But in saying that, congratulations to Scott and Crawley. We just weren't there to match them in any capacity today.
There was a lot of anger in the stadium, and I think what fans going home will want is they'll want the players to sort of feel some of that. When they're hearing the fans chanting at them, "You're not fit to wear the shirt" at the end of the game, do they feel that when they're sat in there after?
You need to ask the players. You need to ask them individually. I know one or two when it was signed to them at Barnsley earlier in the season. We're still talking about it a week or two later, how much it hurt them as professionals. So the answer would be yes. If I'm standing here as a manager, does it hurt all of them? No. And the ones that don't hurt, if I'm fortunate enough to be here, they won't be here, will they? Simple as that. I think I've made that clear.
Yeah. And the final question, that there was a fan who came up to us, he was very angry. He said, "You need to say to the manager and to the chairman, this isn't good enough. I've come from London, 5 a.m, to come and watch this game. Unfortunately, Steve, as the manager, you have to come and face the music after a game. What would you say to him?"
I'll tell you what I'll say about support. He could have come from 2 minutes away. The performance was unacceptable in any capacity. You don't need to tell us you come from London. What about the fans that come from Wickedsley, Roma? I could go around the whole of Rotherham. You know, where's the fans? If you're a fan, you're a fan, eh? If I go from where I live to Glasgow to watch Celtic, I'm a fan, I have an opinion. My brother's 5 minutes away. The opinion's still there, isn't it? Still justified. The opinions are still the same. His thoughts are right. His words are right. Where he come from is irrelevant. You're a Miller, you're a Miller.